I'm Pablo Alsina. Another day of record heat, and it's going to get even hotter. NBC Palm Springs at 6 with a hot dynamic duo of Olivia and Mark begins now.
Now, connecting the valley, this is NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. Let's get right to tonight's top story. And we're talking about record-breaking heat here in the Coachella Valley. Doctors have a warning about heat exhaustion. Let's go live to Brett Rosen, who's in Palm Springs. Brett, has it cooled off any bit since we saw you at 5 o'clock?
It's cooled off a little bit, Mark, but not too much. I'm right in front of the Palm Springs Public Library, one of the many cooling centers around the Coachella Valley. As we talked about, it's supposed to be hot these next couple days. It's been hot, honestly, this whole week, and outside workers are telling me that they're really feeling it and they're just trying to prepare for it. Take a look. It's starting to feel like summer in the Coachella Valley, but the only issue is it's only March. The temperature not just peaking in the triple digits, but also seeing records break.
We gotta work very quick.
This is Ricardo Ramirez, a landscaper in the valley that knows the effects of the heat all too well. He says he tries to stay prepared, not just by staying hydrated and wearing sunscreen, but also wearing the proper attire, like a hat to block out the sun. However, Ramirez says no matter how much you prepare for the sun, the effects of heat exhaustion can still happen.
I've had days that I go home and I'm very sick. I'm very ill because I feel a cold. I feel chills running through my body.
Dr. Bradley Jacoby, the chief of pediatrics for Kaiser Permanente in Riverside, says not just heat exhaustion, but skin cancer is also a worry during heat waves like this. Dr. Jacoby says, of course, water, sunscreen, and just staying indoors is the best way to combat the heat. But he says what you eat can also play a factor, as well as using resources that are around you.
Really focusing on water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelons, anything with a lot of water content, and just, constantly hydrating. If somebody doesn't have air conditioning at their house, then, to go to a cooling center to make sure that you're able to stay out of the heat and stay nice and cool.
And it's cooling centers like this one at the Palm Springs Public Library that say they're open for absolutely everyone who's trying to escape the heat.
Every year, the public library also serves a duty of becoming a cooling center. We're always a welcoming place. This is an extra service that we do for our community to make sure that people have a place to go when we are open.
Again, the Palm Springs Public Library is only one out of the many cooling centers here in the Coachella Valley. If you'd like to know what other ones are around the area, the full link to the full list will be on our website, NBCPalmSprings.com. Live in Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen. I'll send it back in studio to Mark and Olivia.
All right, Brett, thank you. We have a live look for you from our Agua Caliente casino camera. This is downtown Palm Springs, where the sun is just starting to set, so it'll be hopefully a little cooler soon for everyone if you want to eat dinner on the patio tonight. Although, Pablo, hopefully there are misters out there at the restaurant because it's still hot.
Yeah, even at nighttime, close to midnight, we'll be in the high 80s in Palm Springs. I mean, look at right now, we're past 6 o'clock, still registering around 106 degrees. Humidity low at 5%, but it is steamy. Palm Springs 106, but it's really lower than that, but it's still registering pretty high. Desert Hot Springs 101, Banning at 95, and we set records. Palm Springs at 105 set a record. All these cities setting records, not only setting, shattering records by more than 10 degrees. It's been hot. On our 3-day comfort air forecast, more bad news. Tomorrow should be even hotter than today, finally cooling down Saturday and Sunday.
All right, our thanks to Pablo for that. Turning to a local alert this evening, CAL FIRE was on the scene of a gas leak in La Quinta earlier this morning. The incident was reported just before 7:45 along Washington Street, south of Avenue 47. It affected a commercial building. Officials say a 2-inch gas line was leaking. Hazmat crews, SoCal Gas, and additional environmental health teams were all called to the scene. By 11 a.m., that incident was fixed, and crews remained on site for about 1 hour afterwards. Both lanes of Washington Street were closed with no injuries reported.
A man is behind bars in Banning tonight after assaulting another man naked with a deadly weapon in Palm Springs last night. Palm Springs police saying 42-year-old Damian Christopher Smith was arrested after officers responded to the fight on South Sunrise Way. Investigators say Smith was the primary aggressor, allegedly making death threats before that situation turned physical. The victim suffered visible injuries and was taken to a hospital. Smith was later booked into the correctional facility in Banning on multiple charges.
A convict who attempted to sexually assault a woman in Whitewater has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. 55-year-old Brian Vines Burge pleaded guilty to attempted sexual assault by fear following the August 2025 attack that happened at Guide Dogs of the Desert. Investigators say Burge forced his way onto the property, threatened the victim with a knife, and attempted to assault her before she was able to escape and call for help. Deputies later arrested him nearby, and officials say the victim suffered injuries but did not require hospitalization.
A Los Angeles area man is behind bars. He's accused of a massive gift card fraud scheme here in the Coachella Valley. Riverside County Sheriff's deputies say 36-year-old Ruhai Lee was arrested in Cathedral City without incident. Investigators searched his vehicle. They found more than 9,000 fraudulent gift cards valued at over $2 million. Lee has been booked into the John Benoit Detention Center in Indio on felony charges, and this investigation remains ongoing.
Palm Springs is known for preserving its history. Now that same effort is being extended to a piece of firefighting equipment. Tonight, our Caitlin Kelly brings us the story of El Diablo.
That is the sound of history. A 95-year-old echo from Palm Springs' very first fire engine, still turning heads today. In 1931, after a devastating fire, Palm Springs invested in its first official fire engine, a 1931 American LaFrance pumper, nicknamed El Diablo. The truck became the backbone of fire protection in Palm Springs, responding to dozens of calls and helping protect a small but growing desert community.
After in the 40s, when we purchased our second engine, which is the Mack truck, this was sold to a neighboring agency in Orange County. It was acquired by Laguna Beach, who kept this engine for a couple years, which was then sold to Costa Mesa, and which our membership was able to find, I would say, in the 80s.
Now, the Palm Springs Firefighters Association is working to restore El Diablo, preserving not just a vehicle, but a symbol of the city's early days. And the goal? To bring it back to life for community events, education, and fundraising efforts.
This is our history, and just being able to continue that legacy and being able to fully restore this offers pride to our department.
In a city known for honoring its past, this restoration is another way Palm Springs is keeping its story alive. And the community will get a chance to see that history up close this weekend at the 1PS Picnic and Community Expo at Ruth Hardy Park.
This is going to be an opportunity for our community members, our local members to come out and get things fired up so that we can get some money donated and get it fixed so that we can drive it and put it in parades and allow it to be what it's meant to be, something for community outreach.
With NBC Palm Springs, I'm Caitlin Kelly.
Now, if you're interested in attending the 1PS Picnic and Community Expo and seeing El Diablo up close and personal, this event is free. It's at the Ruth Hardy Park in Palm Springs on Saturday, and it runs from 11 to 2. Still ahead tonight on NBC Palm Springs, a popular festival returns with new experiences and flavorful favorites. We've got the details coming up after the break.
And a little bit later on tonight, the Lady Rattlers back on the diamond to defend their CIF title as league play is underway. Our Tim O'Brien has more coming up in sports.
And your gold and silver prices on this Thursday evening. We have those headlines and more, so stay with us.
committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
The Palm Desert Food and Wine Festival returns to El Paseo today. The 4-day-long event brings together top chefs, winemakers, and artisans for a celebration of flavor and community in Palm Desert. Big names like Curtis Stone and Jet Tila will headline the festival with live cooking demonstrations and tastings. New this year is a luxury carte blanche tasting experience along with immersive tours that highlights the Coachella Valley's date farming heritage.
You know, I think that this is a really unique opportunity for the general public to come to a farm like ours. We're the only educational farm here in the Coachella Valley, so we have a lot of students that come through, but we're also a private farm. And this is a great marriage of the agricultural industry with the hospitality industry.
If you want to score some last-minute tickets to the festival, you can visit the Food and Wine website.
American Legion Post 519 in Palm Springs is getting ready for its second annual golf tournament. It's happening in Cathedral City this Saturday, that's the 21st, for the Robert Shipe Memorial Scramble Golf Championship at Date Palm Country Club. Shipe was a World War II veteran and longtime Palm Springs resident. The fundraiser supports American Legion Youth Baseball, helping to provide equipment, uniforms, and access for local young athletes.
It's a two-man scramble. Great prize. We're going to have a bat that's signed by Steve Garvey and a ball signed by Steve Garvey. Goes to the winning team. And we're just really happy to be helping the kids here in town. And it's one of the things that the Legion really is known for. And Steve Garvey was an American Legion baseball player, and 50% of the people that are playing in the major leagues played for the American Legion.
It tees off at 9 a.m. and if you can't make it out to the event but you'd still like to donate and support the American Legion, all you have to do is visit AmericanLegionPalmSprings.com and then click the donate button.
Live pictures tonight from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Pablo Alsina standing by with your 7-day forecast on the other side. We'll be right back.
I'm Pablo Alsina. Look at the gorgeous Walter Clark Cam live shot. No clouds at all. Actually, hardly any wind. That's why those palm trees are not even moving. What you also can't see is the heat. For tomorrow, expect the same, just a little bit even hotter than today, if you can believe it, between 106 to 110. Very hot, dry. Evening breezes. If we reach 110, it set a new record for March anywhere in the United States. I don't think we'll get to 110, but hey, look at today. We reached 105 to 107 was the new record. Previous record 102, so definitely hot. Of course, the hottest in the Southwest. Palm Springs much hotter than Yuma, but look at even LA at a 95 degrees, although gorgeous San Diego 84. Oh, I love San Diego. Other high temperatures for us. Look at Big Bear with a high of 75, Joshua Tree at 92, Palm Desert where I live registering at 108, so definitely toasty. Also not that windy except for Whitewater on Saturday and Sunday. They'll get wind gusts between 20 and 29 miles an hour. Most of the other areas we're going to see winds between 0 to 10 miles an hour. Not much clouds at all, so it's going to feel even hotter. Try to stay indoors between 12 and 5 tomorrow when it's going to be toasty and very, very dangerous. Excessive heat until Saturday night. And looking at the 7-day Comfort Air forecast, you'll notice Friday the hottest day left. Then cooling down slightly till Sunday. We'll be back up into those high 90s, thankfully. But again, you don't see 80s or even low 90s anywhere near for the next 7 days. I'm Pablo Alcina, at Pablo Alcina on Instagram. Keep it here on NBC Palm Springs.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Oh, welcome back. The Lady Rattlers Rancho Mirage back on the diamond following a historic season last year. Now the defending CIF champs, well, they're looking to continue the success that's been built by head coach Abraham Aparicio. League play underway where the Rattlers are 1-1 after taking down Xavier Prep 15-1 and then losing in a slugfest back and forth game with the Aztecs 13-12. Now, coach knows the squad's certainly young this year, but he has just as much faith and confidence in them this year to get back to finish the job from last season.
Well, we're going to be young, that's for sure. We're primarily sophomores this year, and we're depending on a freshman pitcher coming in, Siana Salinas, who's been really great in the circle of the first 6-7 games of the season. We've been in some tough games early on already. We've shown our youth in some of those games. But I think we're in a good position. I like what our schedule looks like, who we're playing, and the competition we're playing. So we're excited about what the possibility of this season could come.
Well, the Rattlers under the lights tonight in La Quinta as the Desert Empire League continues. Now, professional bull riding back in the Valley this weekend, so grab your boots and your cowboy hats. Get in there on Friday and Saturday and go watch the best in the world compete in the dirt on Acrisure Arena's floor. Now, we'll have live coverage beginning tomorrow in the midday, 11 a.m. with Brett Rosen, and then I will be out there at 5 and 6. Maybe I'll ride a bull. Maybe I'm more mutton busting is my speed. Get on the back of the sheep and see if I can hang on for dear life. Nonetheless, we'll have all that coverage right here on NBC Palm Springs. Tickets still available at AcrissureArena.com. That'll do it in sports. I'm Tim O'Brien.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casino, Cathedral City. Coachella Valley's month-long St. Patrick's Day pop-up.
The band Jackal is performing in the Coachella Valley soon. Thalia Hayden has more.
The frontman for the multi-platinum Southern rock band Jackal is on tour and coming to the Palm Springs area for a performance. So joining us now is Jesse James Dupree. So happy to have you. Welcome, Jesse.
Hello, Miss Thalia. It's good to be here.
Yes, we know you are known for your high-energy rock shows and chainsaws, we hear, but what can people expect from your show coming up on March 26th?
You know, I used to say a Jackal show is the equivalent of a man being shot out of a cannon, and then I was actually shot out of a cannon. So I can tell you, I know what that's like firsthand. But yeah, we're excited about coming. I mean, we haven't been to California quite as much as we should have been. I mean, over the years, but we're going to be making up for lost time. We're going to be coming to Bakersfield. We're going to be in Reno. We're going to be up in Los Angeles, Agoura Hills area, just making the rounds up the East Coast there. And but we're playing with Buck Cherry at the casino. And Buck Cherry and Jackal is just a perfect pairing. We do that, and then also work with the Harley-Davidson Motor Company. We do a series of campaigns called the Rolling USA Series, where I think I just gave away, I think it might have been my 30th Harley-Davidson motorcycle in Daytona Beach for Daytona Bike Week just a couple of weeks ago. All these cool places, including Sturgis. I got to throw Sturgis in there. My partner and I have the Full Throttle Saloon and Pappy Hoyle Campground out in Sturgis, South Dakota, and we have Sammy Hagar, Journey, Rob Zombie, and of course Jackal, Blackberry Smoke. Got a great lineup this year. You can go to Full Throttle Saloon events and check that out. But yeah, Jackal's coming to the Agua Caliente Casino. You know what? I'd love to have you come jump in. It's not about coming to see a show, a Jackal show. It's about coming to be part of it. So come and jump in. Let's have some fun. Get all up in it now, because that's what we're going to be doing out at the Agua Caliente Casino. Get your tickets now. Come on out for a Jackal family reunion. Pa-pow.
All right, love your energy, Jesse James Dupree, and thank you for your time.
All right, thanks to Thalia for that. Now, meanwhile, the highly anticipated sci-fi epic Project Hail Mary officially touches down in theaters. Our Manny the Movie Guy has details.
Please state your name.
Ryan Grace.
Ryan Gosling invites you to look to the stars in the massive, heartfelt, and cerebral space adventure Project Hail Mary.
This is a story about this impossible mission to save the world.
It's based on the best-selling novel by Andy Weir. The mastermind behind The Martian, Gosling is Ryland Grace, a middle school science teacher turned reluctant astronaut who wakes up alone on a spaceship suffering from amnesia.
Everything on this planet will go extinct, including us.
He's the mission's last-ditch effort to save humanity.
The world is counting on you.
This is Gosling's career best, balancing comedic charm with perfect dramatic weight. He carries the first act with enough wit and scientific know-how, but this one's the real scene stealer. An unexpected alien companion nicknamed Rocky. Their buddy comedy dynamic in deep space is the emotional heartbeat of the film, brought to life through an effective mix of puppetry and CGI that it's simply a cinematic marvel. From Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the directors behind the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street films, Project Hail Mary is not just a brainy science lecture. It's a visual feast filmed specifically for IMAX. The end result brings a real sense of wonder to the interstellar mission.
250 words.
And don't be fooled by its long runtime. Even at 2.5 hours, you will not get bored, although it may feel overstuffed near the end. But if you're looking for a story about hope, science, and the power of friendship, even if your friend has 5 legs, this is the mission to join. And for that, Project Hail Mary gets 3.5 out of 4. Get ready to cry tears of joy. Kisses. I'm Manny the Movie Guy for NBC Palm Springs, floating in space.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
Well, some dramatic video here. 4 furry lives are safe tonight thanks to some quick-thinking Riverside County Sheriff's deputies in Jurupa Valley and CAL FIRE. During a fire response on Monday, crews discovered 4 cats inside of a burning apartment. 3 of them weren't breathing. So what you're seeing here, firefighters and sheriff's deputy, they sprang into action. They had oxygen tanks. They applied the masks to the cats, and they performed CPR. And after a few very tense minutes, each cat started to breathe again and wake up and lived to see another day. The owners were so excited. That is just incredible footage.
Heroes, awesome, saving humans, saving cats. Firefighters are the best.
Yes.
Say that. Out of time tonight, back.